So good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So we are the group 3, and our case is a case of Camelo Cabatanya, the petitioner, versus Court of Appeals, Camelo Rigodos, the respondents. So our case is paternity case. It's a paternity suit. It's a lawsuit that determines the identity of a father of a child, usually one born outside of marriage, and it may be brought by the mother seeking child support or the father himself if the mother is denying his paternity. So it is usually resolved by using a genetic testing or DNA testing. So in our case, it is the mother that seeks child support that filed the paternity suit. So we're gonna explain further, so we're gonna gain more complete understanding about our case and we can know what's the truth. So Mr. will take over and explain further.
So, in this case, we will be able to know what is the cause and what are the decisions made by the court. So, let's begin. During the trial, Florencia testified that she was the mother of the private respondent, which is Camilo Rigodos, who was born on September 9, 1982, and that she was the one who supporting the child. She recounted that after her husband left her in the early part of 1981, she went to Escalante, Negros Occidental, to look for work and was eventually hired as petitioner's household help. It was while working there as a maid. On January 2, 1982, petitioner brought her to Bacolod City where they checked in at the Visayan Hotel and had sexual intercourse. Petitioner promised to support her if she got pregnant. So, to continue, Florencia claimed that she discovered she was carrying petitioner's child 27 days after their sexual encounter. The sexual intercourse was repeated in March 1982 in San Carlos City. Later on, suspicious that Florencia was pregnant, petitioner's wife sent her home, but petitioner instead brought her to Singkang, Bacolod City, where he rented a house for her. On September 9, 1982, assisted by the Hilot or a midwife in her aunt's house in Tiglawigan, Cadiz City, she gave birth to her child, private respondent Camilo Rigodos.
So that was Florencia's statement. So let's go to Mr. Petitioner's statement. He testified that he was a sugar platter and a businessman. Sometimes in December 1981, he hired Miss Florencia as a servant to their home. So during the course of Miss Florencia's employment, nag-uli-uli siya. Nag-uli siya sa hapon and lumabalik siya sa buntag. So tuulan ang murang na-displeased ang asawa ni Mr. Cabatanya ba. So kato, inihala siya nga, Miss Florencia, you should look for another job kay parang pauli na siya. So samtang pauli si Miss Florencia, nagkita sila ni Mr. Cabatanya sa bus paingon sa San Carlos City. So kato, they talked, invite siya sa Cabatanya sa dinner, and later, they spent the night, and they had sexual intercourse. So while doing it, Mr. Cabatanya thought something jerking, so he asked Miss Florencia about it, and Miss Florencia told him that she was pregnant with a child of her husband. So, kato. In March 1982, nibalik si Miss Florencia para hoping ma-hire siya balik. So, since mid-bat of new maid ni Mrs. Cabatanya, na-hire siya balik. So, while working, napansin ni Mrs. Cabatanya nga her stomach was bulging, or dapat yung stomach, so kato lang, kana si Mrs. Cabatanya ato, and kato lagi niya na si Mrs. Florencia nga. She was pregnant with the child of her husband. So, kung siyang kondisyon, ipauli na po siya balik ni Mrs. Cabatanya, so kato, nagwala sila ng kitatanan. So kato, surprise si Mr. Petitioner nga, gusto siya sa counsel ni Miss Florencia nga, nangailang suporta si Mrs. Florencia para sa anak nila ni Mr. Cabatanya. So, Mr. Cabatanya refused, denying the alleged paternity. Dinay niya nga ihatong anak, tapos dinay niya nga niya sa Bacolod City, tapos nag-check-in sila sa Visayan Hotel, tapos dinay niya nga nainita po sila sa January 2, 1982, tapos dinay sa Mia, nag-rent siyang house para kay Mrs. Florencia sa Singkang, Bacolod City. So that was Mr. Petitioner's statement.
After trial, mas gihatagan ng probative i-evaluate ang mga testimony ni Florencia Rigudos. And they discovered that Florencia misrepresented herself as widow. When we say widow, this is a woman who has lost her spouse or partner in death. Pero in reality, Florencia's husband is still alive. So, ang decision sa court ay nag-favor sa private respondent, which is si Camilo Rigudos. Then, the child presented before the court, and based on the court, kung silang mag-decision based sa personal appearance sa bata, wala'y doubt na si Camilo Cabatanya ang papa. So, tungod sa mga evidence na nag-represent ni Florencia Rigudos sa court, gi-admit sa petitioner, which is si Camilo Cabatanya, that they had sexual intercourse, but in terms of paternity, Camilo Cabatanya denied that he is the father of Camilo Rigudos. And based on the Supreme Court, even if give misrepresented ni Florencia iyang kaugalingon as widow, wala ka record may reject ang tangan nga testimony ni Florencia. That is People versus Bohol 170 SCRA 585. And also, Florencia said that on January 2, 1982, they had sexual intercourse, and 9 months later, on September 9, 1982, she gave birth to Camilo Rigudos.
So, this means that the Supreme Court looked at the evidence presented before the trial court and they couldn't find anything wrong with how the trial court evaluated the evidence, and they couldn't find any mistakes or any evidence that was missed or misunderstood. So, it was affirmed. But then, petitioner appealed, and his appeal was to make the ruling to be reviewed. So, Mr. Petitioner thinks that the Court of Appeals made a mistake in the way they applied a certain rule in the Civil Code. So that certain rule is the Article 283, or Article 283 is the child's right to support, and Mr. Petitioner thought that the Court of Appeals made a mistake in applying the certain rule. So in the paragraph 2, it means that again, Mr. Petitioner thinks that the Court of Appeals made a mistake in their decision based on the evidence that the respondent presented before the trial court. And Mr. Petitioner thinks that they made a mistake in ruling in ruling.
Now, we have heard the statement of private respondent or Camilo Rigudos. Private respondent presented a copy of his birth and baptismal certificates, the preparation of which was without the knowledge or consent of petitioner. A certificate of live birth purportedly identifying the putative father is not competent evidence of paternity, when there is no showing that the putative father had a hand in the preparation of said certificate. The local civil registrar has no authority to record the paternity or an illegitimate child on the information of a third person. In the same vein, we have ruled that while a baptismal certificate may be considered a public document, it can only serve as evidence of the administration of the sacrament on the date specified, but not the veracity of the interest with respect to the child paternity. The certificates issued by the local civil registrar and baptismal certificate are per se inadmissible in evidence as proof of filiation, and they cannot be admitted indirectly as circumstantial evidence to prove the same.
So aside from Florencia's serving testimony that the petitioner, which is Camilo Cabatanya, rented a house for her in Sinsang, Bacolod City, and a private respondent, which is Camilo Rigudos, failed to present a sufficient proof of voluntary recognition. We now proceed to the credibility of Florencia's testimony. Both the trial court and the appellate court brush aside the misrepresentation of Florencia in the petition of recognition that she was a widow. Both courts dismissed the lies as a minor guilt does not affect the rest of her testimony. We disagree. The fact that the Florencia's husband is living and there is a valid subsisting marriage between them gives rise to the presumption that a child born with that marriage is legitimate even though the mother may have declared against its legitimacy or may have been sentenced as an adulteress. The presumption of legitimacy does not only flow out as a declaration in the statute, but it based on the broad principles of natural justice and the supposed virtue of the mother. The presumption is grounded on the policy to protect innocent offspring from the odium of legitimacy.
In this age of genetic profiling and DNA analysis, the extremely subjective test of physical resemblance or similarity of features will not suffice as evidence to prove paternity and filiation before the courts of law. Wherefore, the petition is hereby granted. The assailed decisions of the Court of Appeals in CA General registered on 3678 dated on March 15, 1996, affirming the decisions of the Regional Trial Court of Cadiz City, Branch 60, and Special Proceeding Number 88C is reversed and set aside. Private respondents' petitions for recognitions and support is dismissed.
So this is the ruling of the court. The case of Cabatanya versus Court of Appeals, General number 124814, was about the recognition and support. The decision of the Court of Appeals in General Register number 36708 dated March 15, 1996, affirming the decision of the Regional Trial Court of Cadiz City, Branch 60, and Specialized Proceeding Number 88-C was reversed and set aside. The private responded petitions for recognition and support was dismissed. The case was also involved issues regarding the status and filiation of the children.
So that concludes our report about the case of Camelo Cabatanya, the petitioner, versus Court of Appeals, Camelo Rigodos, the respondents. Thank you.